If you've been around relationship-based deals long enough, you're going to hear somebody eventually refer to it as being like a marriage. And I've done an awful lot of relationship-based deals, and it's a horrible metaphor. But I do like journeys as a metaphor. Let's go back to Dirty Swamp, and let's see what we can learn about core teams. If you watched the last video, I have to tell you the truth. Now, we really did go to Dirty Swamp Pond, and that video really was shot there. But this part of the video, well, Country Lane sounds nice, but it's Dirty Swamp Trail for us. Was just a lie. I actually took Country Lane, which was the wrong way to go. Now I can read a map, but I was doing everything myself, and I just made a mistake. I didn't go all the way where that blue line was. I actually stopped when I got to here, and then I turned around and went back, went the right way, and got to Dirty Swamp. What would have happened if I had a team with me? Even if it was just a couple of people. It depends on how you're running your team. So there's this concept called the Abilene Paradox. You'll have a team member who make a suggestion thinking that other team members will like the suggestion. The other team members don't want to disappoint that person, so they just go along with them. And everybody believes that everybody else on the team wants to do this, but the truth is nobody ever actually wanted to do the thing that that team is doing. It was not the right thing right from the start. So now somebody who thinks that somebody else wants to go down Country Lane says, let's go down Country Lane. Nobody wants to contradict them, so they just go down Country Lane. Now, as they're going down Country Lane, they see, pretty things, and it's a nice trip, but there's one big problem. They're not going to get to Dirty Swamp this way. Nobody wants to raise their hand and say we shouldn't go this way. The next type of team dysfunction is a little bit more disturbing. This is where people are hired or people brought onto a team to play specific roles. On a real team, you could have a financial person who people want to pigeonhole into a financial role. You have a lawyer who they want to say, put that in legal language. By the way, try telling Val sometimes that she should put something in legal language. You'll have a technology guy. You'll have people like that who have labels associated with them. The problem is that a lot of times the financial guy knows a lot about technology. The technology guy has lived with bad contracts and made an awful lot about how to avoid that. Everybody comes at it from a slightly different angle. And if you're functioning as a real core team and you've created the space for people to really participate to their full ability, it's extremely powerful. So it's very frustrating for the people who are involved in it, who know that they can add value but aren't being allowed to. And it completely messes up the idea of what a core team should be. A core team is not just a small number of people keeping their labels. If you do the core team right, it functions as a unit where people have roles, but they don't necessarily have swim lanes. And that makes a huge difference. So this is why psychological safety is so important. If you're running a real core team, people have to have the psychological safety. They have to feel like they can speak up. See, that's the exact opposite problem to the Abilene Paradox, right? The Abilene Paradox is you're worried people are going to care about what you say and they're going to be hurt or they're going to be disappointed. This is different. This is an environment where you don't speak up because you think nobody cares. That should never happen. And as a team leader, it's your responsibility to make sure that doesn't happen. If you're going down this journey and you have a real core team, and then you include other people on that core team who may have additional expertise because they've been there and done that before, and that would be on the vendor side. Now you've aligned on getting to where you're trying to go, and you've established a situation where people can actually feel free to express themselves. There's absolutely nothing that's more powerful than that in constructing a relationship-based deal.